Good morning. My name is Sarah O'Keefe and I'm a study advisor here at Utrecht University. We'd like to welcome you together with my colleague, Marianne Biekert. We're going to give you a presentation today about some basics about how to get started. This is a GSNS introduction for students who have not been in Utrecht University before, so their first time. And here we're going to give you some information about some of the systems that we use. So for any students who are already currently or have previously studied here, you maybe want to go back and have a cup of coffee and come back in a half an hour. Okay. So what I'll be talking to you about today is I'll just be giving you some general information around course registration, the systems that we use and some of the study spaces. I'll give you some hints about the rules and regulations, and we'll be briefly talking about social safety. Also, I'll give you a little bit of information about the advice, guidance and counselling that we use, and some things about the Skills Lab. Marianne will be talking to you a little bit more about My UU app, the Osiris student, the academic calendar and Caracol. And we welcome questions, but we would just prefer if you give them to us at the end. So firstly, our colleagues sent everybody this welcome booklet, and honestly everything you need to know is in this booklet, and everything that I'm telling you today is also in this booklet. It's a digital interactive booklet that you can use for all information with regards to your specific program, to how the services that we offer, the contact information that you will need, and any information regarding students that they need for their first starting weeks in Utrecht. So my advice is please read this book. The Faculty of Science you'll find at the Utrecht Science Park. That's where we are today. And for those of you who are coming today, the main buildings that for the Faculty of Science will be the Minnaert, the Koningsberger and the Bijsbelot. And how you can get there, the transport in Holland is excellent. You can see the arrow where we're situated. There's various bus and tram routes, also cycle paths. And parking is also available. I would add that it's extremely expensive and that public transport would be the preferred way to come to Utrecht Science Park. I'm one of the study advisors for the Graduate School of Natural Science. There's I have 3 other colleagues. We're 4 people in total. We all have our own programs. Here's an overview. My colleague Yo-Yi Pat is involved in the sciences, the history and philosophy of science, climate physics. Geert-Jan Roelofs is also involved in all the physics programs, and myself and my colleague Boy Henneveld, we are the Masters of Computing and Information Sciences, including the new Data Science Master that's starting this week. And that's me. So, some important things to know about Master's registration. Please ensure at this stage that your study link is rounded off and that you have submitted your payment details. Also, it is very important that you have emailed your required documentation to the student desks or the student services desk, and they ask please that you send these things, any documentation that you have digitally. Some important contacts for international students would be the admissions office at UU or the visa office for about any inquiries regarding your visa, and for Dutch and international students, the student services offices at UU. For course registration, this occurs in Osiris Student, which Marianne will be telling us a bit more about afterwards. What you do need is to have a Solus ID, a password and 2-factor identification, and this is really important. I have it on my phone, so you need to bring your phone always with you so that you can get into the system here. If you would have any questions about course registration, the Master Student Desk is open at the Minnaert building. It's open every day during the week from 10 to 12, and you can also send queries via email. Their response time is very fast and they're really kind and helpful. I'm really happy with my colleagues from the Student Desk. Also, something that you'll be using will be my timetable. This is something that you will be using for your courses. This is going to tell you where your courses are on and when they're on. And it's really, really important that you check this regularly because sometimes courses are online, sometimes they're on campus. For example, here's a view of what it'll look like when you're in my timetable. And you will note that some courses will be delivered live with lectures, but some will be given online. And this can change, so we advise you when you have entered into my timetable the courses that you're taking, that you regularly check for any updates regarding rostering. All the information that you need in order to successfully study here at Utrecht University you can find at students.uu.nl. And this will tell you more about things like Blackboard, Osiris, the course catalogue, the course planner, your timetable, all of these things. Importantly, you'll also be able to they'll give you a link to your Blackboard where you can submit your assignments and have some information about your courses. There's also the My UU app. Marianne's going to tell us a little bit more about that, but that's great for your timetable, your grades, your study progress, and more importantly, your study card. But as I said, Marianne will tell us a bit more about that afterwards. Very importantly is also the program page of your program. Here you'll find all the information regarding your study program, your courses, but also very importantly, the contact information. When you click on the contact, you'll be able to see who the course coordinator is, your study advisor. In this case, I use an example of artificial intelligence. And through this, you can also plan appointments with us at the study advisor desk, but you can also get directly to the email addresses of all the people you need to contact. Here's also vital information about the rules and regulations, your thesis project. So everything you need is on these sites. And these you can directly link to from the booklet that was given to you, the GSNS booklet. Study spaces are premium here at, I think, in every university, but you can book them through the bookings.uu.nl. There are also not bookable study spaces. That's all across the UU campus and in the city centre, and you can find these also through these links that you see in front of you, and these are also, of course, in the booklet. Please be aware that study space is limited, so it means you're getting up early and getting there on time. So what does it mean if you can't attend something when it is compulsory? Well, for short-term absences, for example, if somebody is sick, the student must contact their course coordinator, not the program coordinator, but the course coordinator, our teacher, and they need to let them know straight away. It would be advisable also to CC the study advisor in the email. The consequences of this may well be that you have to do an extra assignment or maybe resit an exam, but that's up to the individual lecturer or teacher. For long-term absences, and this is for things like force majeure that people didn't envisage would happen, and this would be periods of longer than a week, the student must contact the study advisor on time and shortly within the onsets of circumstances. So that also means that if you have been admitted to hospital, if there's been a death in the family, that you contact us and let us know what's going on. Please be aware that lecturers are not obliged to provide hybrid education, and it may also not be possible. Long-term absence is only approved in extremely exceptional cases, and it is not something that you can organise very easily, but it's also not that you could get online education as a default. At UU, we're very, very aware about social safety and making this a safe and nice place for all of us to study and work in. The code of conduct is the behavioural requirements for all of us, students and staff, and it's a priority that we have a safe social environment here. There's a roadmap for you to look at should anything untoward happen, and you can always contact your study advisor. So there's a list of all these services and a circle. You're the person in the middle, and around you are all these services that are offered to you to help you successfully study here at UU. For example, you have things like the skills labs where they will help you with things like writing, studying. You'll also be able to look at things like stress, anxiety and mindfulness and study groups. Here you'll also find the confidential counsellor with regards to social safety. There's workshops offered to help students with their studying techniques as well. Within our UU, we also have the platform of Onbeperkt studeren, which is studying without any limitations, and this is with peer groups where people can be buddied up with other students who have any sort of disabilities. You can contact these people through the email here, that's also in the booklet, but also importantly, if you have any need for extra facilities, it's really important that you request your facilities as soon as possible. You do this via Osiris, on the tab cases, and you make an application for special facilities. It would be important that you do this as soon as possible, preferably this week, as exams can be in a couple of weeks' time. Please contact your study advisor to see how we can support you. So our main message for you guys today, and my message is, if in doubt, please reach out. I'm now going to hand you over to my colleague Marianne, and she's going to tell you more about the MyUU app.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marianne, and I'm a second-year master student in business informatics, and I act as student ambassador for the program. Well, as I'm a student myself, I'm going to provide you with some practical information. I will tell you something about the MyUU application, and I will briefly walk you through the student information system, Osiris. So about the MyUU application, you can download this application in the App Store or Google Play Store. And if you open the application, once you're logged in, you're shown the dashboard with your latest results. And in the bottom, you see that you can navigate through other pages, like your timetable, results, cards, and the More tab. The More tab, there are some useful links over there to important UU websites and Blackboard and stuff, and it's convenient to have them at one place. Well, at the timetable page, you'll see your timetable, obviously, and where the lecture is given and at what time. The results page shows you an extensive overview of your results, including your test results and your assignment results. And the cards tab shows you your student card. Well, it's basically a proof of the fact that you are enrolled as a student, and you may use this for discounts or entry to the library or even nightclubs when there are student nights. So I would recommend to download this application, as it provides you with easy access to your timetable, results, and your student card. Next, I will walk you through Osiris. You may see my screen right now, and if you are logged in with your credentials, you'll see the home page. And on the left-hand side, there's a menu. You can navigate to grades, study progress, messages, enrollment for courses. Well, the progress tab looks like this. You see your average grade, as well as your obtained study credits and the courses that you have failed, courses to be completed, and courses completed. This is quite a useful overview, as if you're uncertain about your curriculum, whether if you've met criteria and stuff, you just open the page like this. You see a drop down, and I see that I've obtained, study credits for my mandatory courses. And if I'm not sure, did I already finish all my mandatory courses, I go to the courses to be completed. And I see that I still have to finish the Dilemmas of the Scientist workshop, which I am enrolled for. Okay, so that's about the progress tab. Then I guess the most important functionality of the Osiris is the enrollment for courses. So you select the course tab, and then you're provided with the course catalog with all the courses that the university has to offer. Like this here, and you can filter them on program, academic year, starting period, time slot, etc. And usually you enroll for 2 courses that you want to follow in the next term. So during an enrollment period, which I will show you later on. So, okay, I'm gonna search for a specific course. Let's see, I can search for it. For example, I want to enroll for software production. I select the course, and then I click the Confirm Enrollment button. Make sure to check that you've received a confirmation email, otherwise it may be the case that you are not enrolled. Another important function of Osiris, which Sarah already mentioned, is the cases, the request for special facilities. So you go to the case tab. You can start a case. For example, if you're in need of extra time, or you name it, due to a handicap, disability, chronic illness, and then you can start a case. Let's see if I still can get out of here. Now, let's see. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. But this is basically everything that's there that I wanted to show you. Next up is the academic year calendar, because for the enrollment for courses, you are limited or restricted to the enrollment periods. Those are shown in academic year calendar, as you can see, and within 2 weeks the second enrollment period already starts for the second, period, obviously. Mark those enrollment periods in your agenda, please, because there are post-registration dates marked in red if you've missed the enrollment period, but courses may be full by then already. Further, the academic year calendar shows your exam weeks, resits, and your non-teaching days. So if you book a holiday, please keep those in mind. Then about the Caracal, finally. That's the digital course evaluation system that we use at Utrecht University. So at the end of a period or at the end of a course, you receive an invitation via the email to fill out a digital questionnaire about the course. Please do fill this out, as it provides teachers with insights about the course, and it may even contribute to improving the overall quality of the course. And besides, students may see some statistics of the course evaluation, which might be interesting. So please do fill this out. And basically that's everything what I had to say. So if you have any questions, please ask.
Oh, we have a question. Okay. I'm going to look and see. The question is, will we not have a physical student card?
No, not anymore, since several years already. So it's only online in the MyU application, so therefore please download the application.
Okay. Have we any more questions? Okay, no more questions. Well, so it was a tsunami of information for you guys. I hope that you, again, refer you always to the booklet. Welcome, a warm welcome, and especially with this great weather. Enjoy your introduction week, and we look forward to seeing you another time today. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Utrecht. My name is Sydney and I'm studying liberal arts and sciences.
And my name is Miguel and I study sociology. Today we'll take you on a 360 tour around Utrecht and the university.
We'll start our tour here at Utrecht Central Station. You can take a look around to see the trains and the view.
Did you know it only takes 3.5 hours to get from here to London or Paris by train, and only 30 minutes to get to Amsterdam?
But today we'll stay in Utrecht. It will take us 5 minutes to reach the historical city center, and this is where I'll take you by bike. Did you know we have the biggest bike park of the world here at Utrecht Central Station?
And I will be your tour guide at Utrecht Science Park, which is only 10 minutes from here by tram.
Are you ready to see the city center? Let's go. Welcome to Janskerkhof, the first stop in our tour of the city center of Utrecht. Here you can find the faculties of Humanities, Law, Economics and Governance. Behind me you can see one of the many historical university buildings. It was built in 1274 and it used to be a monastery, but today it's a study center for law students. In front of me is a place where every Saturday they have a flower market, and behind me you can see the statue of Anne Frank. Now let's go to Miguel, who's on his way to the science park.
Hi there, welcome to the Utrecht Science Park. At the Science Park you can find the faculty of Geoscience, Medicine, Science.
Hi. Yeah, it seems that we have another question, so we're back to answer. Can you explain the calendar in more detail?
Yes, I can. I guess you're referring to the academic year calendar. I'm not sure whether you're still able to see this, but well, the academic year calendar is as follows. It shows you the enrollment periods. So during an enrollment period, you have time to sign up for courses. Let's see.
There it is.
You can sign up for courses. Those are marked like with a black outline, as you can see. So the enrollment period for the second term starts at the 18th of September and runs up until the end of September. And you see that the other enrollment periods are a bit longer, so there are 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks. And those with the red outline are the post-registration dates. So if you've missed the enrollment period, don't stress out and enroll for your courses during the post-registration. But courses may be full by then already, what I mentioned before, so don't rely on them. And then you see like a bit like in red, you see when the examinations are, so like the exam weeks. Be there because otherwise you have to take a resit, or you're not even allowed to take a resit if you've missed the exam. And the resits are marked like in pink. Then there are like non-teaching days, which are basically the summer holidays, for example, and then you're allowed
Christmas.
to go on holidays. And at the top you see like when the periods are. So the yellow block on top refers to the first period, which runs up till the mid-November. Every period starts after an exam week. So you see the first exam week in red, and then a green line starts, which refers to the second period. And then you see an exam week again, and then like more like a purple color. So that refers to the third period. So we work with 4 periods at Utrecht University, spread over 2 semesters. The first semester runs till somewhere end of January, because then the second period ends. And the second semester starts after the second period and runs up until the summer holidays. And the fourth period is marked in blue, as you can see in the top. So I hope that I've answered your question. And if not, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Oh, another question. Okay, can we view past evaluations before enrolling? Yes. You can, I think, check out Caracol evaluations. I'd also advise that you talk to other students, read the course catalogue, please. That's really important, so that you also maybe look at some of the textbooks so you get a good idea. But talking to past students, looking at the Caracol evaluations is also possible.
No, I think it's the best way to ask other students for their opinion
as well. We think that's it. We don't think there's any more questions. We're going to take it that we're finishing up now. And again, welcome. Have a great day. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Oh. Another question. Are there breaks after every period? No. Well, basically the period ends with an exam week, and like the week after you start again on your new courses. So no, there are no breaks.
And please consider this when you're booking any flights. If you need to go home anywhere, that's not a flexible thing. That's how that works.
Yeah,
so.
you only have the Christmas break and the summer holidays.
Okay, another question. We've never had such an active group before. Do you need to manually register for exams and resits?
No, well, as you could have seen in the series, you can enroll for courses as well as tests. And I must admit that I've never enrolled for tests before. So once you are enrolled for a course, you are enrolled for the exam automatically. About the resits, I'm not sure. But
no, generally that goes through the teacher. You have to go back to your teacher to make sure that you have the required passing mark, or the mark to be allowed to sit the resit.
Yeah.
So that would advise you to go back and talk to your teacher. There's another question. Let's see. Are the lectures happening at the time of the resits? No.
No.
No. During the exam periods, it's lecture-free days. Is there any other questions? Okay, another question? We're waiting. How many courses should you have in each block? So the requirement in the basic to study nominally is 15 ECTs per period. So that would be 2 courses. That's equivalent to a full-time job. And we consider 1 credit to be 28 hours worth of work. So if you work it out, 15 ECTs per period works out as a full-time job, Monday to Friday. And we don't advise that students certainly initially take any more courses than that. If you take less courses than that, you could be looking at a study delay, and that's when you come and see me or another study advisor. And then there's the last question. Can you explain, please, how he can use the library facilities?
Yeah, I can tell you. So we have a university library in the city center as well as on campus. And during the exam weeks, it could be quite busy at the library, and only students are allowed to go there. And that's when you need to show your student card. There's a library card as well in the application, under the same tab as your student card. And then you can borrow or rent books with your library card. It shows you a barcode so that you can scan. And you can book study spots in a library online. That's what Sarah mentioned to you. I'm not sure whether the presentation is shared with you, but the links are provided
In the booklet.
In the booklet.
Yes.
So that's where you can make reservation for study spots.
Okay. I think we're really going this time. So again, we're going to wish you a warm welcome and enjoy your introduction week at Utrecht University. Bye-bye.